Welcome to 7.35C. Let's see how this affects Dazzle. Of course, I only care about Dazzle, so I'm only going to go over items that would affect Dazzle, good or bad. BKB increase, a little buff to BKB. That could be good for Dazzle. Doesn't matter, doesn't matter, doesn't matter, doesn't matter, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, doesn't matter, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, doesn't matter. So this could matter if you're somebody that buys Meteor Hammer, if you play mid Dazzle or off lane Dazzle. Meteor Hammer is a good kind of mana item, map control item. If you're dominating the lane, you could take the tower really fast, push the pace of the game a little bit. So this could be good if you are a Meteor Hammer buyer. Orchid. So Orchid is only big in this patch because a lot of opponents will buy Orchid, rush Orchid to shut you down. So be aware of that because Mage Slayer is also nerfed, more expensive and weaker. It's not gonna be bought as much, so people might start buying Orchids instead of rushing Shivas and Mage Slayer. You got to be aware of that. Let's see, doesn't matter, doesn't matter. Shiva's got nerfed a little bit. Doesn't matter. Vlad's got nerfed, kind of. Doesn't really matter for Dazzle though. Some balancing things. Yeah, this kind of sucks for Dazzle because a lot of times you use a neutral item to jungle a few camps here and there. I think the same is true for neutral items as it was before. Any item with a cooldown is great for Dazzle because you can decrease the cooldown with your ult. So the Trusty Shovel is pretty good if you hit level 6 with it. Same with the Bullwhip. Specialist Array was great on Dazzle for the stats. Let's see here. Abaddon doesn't matter. The Spark Wraith duration, that's pretty nice if you're playing against an Arc Warden. These Spark Wraiths were really annoying to deal with. They could just place it all over and you couldn't walk in that area for a while in a team fight. Doom, now you can maybe save your teammate during Doom because it's level 1 and 2 is 12 and 14 seconds, so maybe you can grave them and save them since you can't heal them through Doom. Time dilation nerf in the early game is great for playing against Faceless Void because it's half percentage. So I don't exactly know what this means. Cooldown progression slow. So I guess you get slowed for 30% instead of 60%. I don't know. But anyway, it's half as good in the early game. That's great. Whatever. I hate that item because it kills your cooldowns. And Dazzle is a hero that has a lot of cooldowns. Lion nerf is great. I hated playing against Lion. So that's stun, 3-second, 2-second cooldown increase at level 1 and 2. That's amazing. If you're playing against a Lion, you're going to get stunned less. And then the mana drain is just a little bit weaker. That's also great. The last line here is big. It now breaks on secondary targets if Lion loses vision of them. A lot of times you were the secondary target and it was still giving away your position in the trees and stuff like that if you ran away. And that's kind of nice now. It's not going to give away your position. It's going to stop sucking on you. Lone Druid, doesn't matter. Meepo is really popular, but I think Dazzle pairs really great against Meepo, so doesn't matter. Though this is a big one, Nature's Prophet. So Nature's Prophet, Dazzle is one of Nature's Prophet's highest priority targets. He can just teleport to the back, kill you with Orchid or anything else with the Sprout if you didn't have a way to break the Sprout. So this is pretty big. That does a little bit less damage, but still idea-wise, it's still going to be something you're going to have to watch out for. Doesn't matter, doesn't matter. Slark pounce cooldown by 2 seconds. That's kind of nice at all levels. So if you're playing against Slark, you'll get pounced a little bit less. Viper, Witch Doctor, okay, whatever. Yep, that's about it. So I think the big thing here is the pace of the game might be a little bit different. I don't know if it's going to be slower or faster because people are just going to get their first big item a little bit slower. And also a different item. So instead of getting Mage Slayers, you're probably going to get an Orchid that comes out. So depends on the hero that buys it. If, let's say, the opponent has a mid Storm, a mid Ember, or a mid Quap, something like that, it's going to be bad for you because they're going to jump to the back line, silence you, and then burst you down. Same thing with Nature's Prophet. So I think you might have to consider going a defensive item first if there is a really good Orchid buyer on the other team that can rush it really quickly. Otherwise, really watch out for your positioning. If you're playing core Dazzle and you bought Meteor Hammer, you'll get a little bit quicker. Otherwise, this patch, I think it balanced out a few heroes. It nerfed a few heroes that are really annoying to play against as a Dazzle. So overall, a really good patch. And that's about it. Let's go win some goddamn games.
Dazzle.